What if the fire you're following isn't just for direction, but for transformation? If you've ever waited on God's next move and felt stuck in the silence, follow this page, drop a comment with what you're trusting Him to lead you through, and tag someone who needs to know His presence still speaks in power. Exodus 46-10 is where holy setup meets holy fire. Moses positions the altar of burnt offering, the basin for washing, the tent of meeting, and the altar of incense. He anoints it all, every item, every space, every function, consecrated by oil, set apart for glory. But the anointing wasn't the end goal, it was the invitation. Because when God's people set the space, God brings the presence. And soon, a cloud will descend. Fire will fall, not because the people begged, but because they obeyed. The glory of the Lord didn't respond to hype, it responded to honor. That's what the cloud and fire were all about. God saying, I'll guide you, I'll dwell with you, but you've got to move with me. The cloud wasn't just a visual, it was leadership. The fire wasn't just impressive, it was intimate. This is how God still moves, not always in grand announcements, but in consistent direction. A nudge, a shift, a still voice in the pillar, a flame that says, stay close. So let me ask, what's the last thing God told you to build or bless that you haven't yet obeyed? Drop a comment with where you're asking for God's cloud or fire. Let's be a generation that doesn't just sing about glory, we follow it. One step, one altar, one act of obedience at a time. Because when we move with the cloud, we walk with the King.